Did you know that being able to do this in your later years could mean you're on track to live to 100? As we get older, it's natural to wonder, am I slowing down too fast? Or do I still have the spark that can carry me into my 90s or even beyond? What most people don't realize is that there are small, powerful signs hidden in the way we move, think, and live. And these signs say more about your future than any medical test ever could. This video is for men and women in their 60s, 70s, and even early 80s who sometimes stop and ask themselves, am I aging well? The surprising truth is, why? You don't need expensive checkups or complex routines to find the answer. In fact, many of the signs are already showing up in your daily life, quietly, without you even realizing it. Today, we'll explore 7 proven indicators that suggest you're not only aging gracefully, but may even have the qualities of someone who lives a long, vibrant life, well into your hundreds. From your walking style to the way your brain holds on to words, these aren't just theories, they're backed by science, measurable, and often overlooked. If you find yourself ticking off even a few of these, it's not just coincidence. It's a sign that your body and mind are working in amazing ways. So stay with us until the end, because these simple insights might just shift how you view your own aging journey. You deserve to know just how strong and resilient you truly are. And it all begins right here. Sign 1. The ability to walk quickly and steadily. One of the clearest signals of healthy aging is how you walk. It's not just about moving without help, it's about your speed, balance, and rhythm. These 3 things reveal far more about your overall health than most people realize. If you naturally walk with a steady, brisk pace, it might seem like nothing special, but to aging experts, it reveals something far more meaningful. Walking speed has been linked to life expectancy in countless studies. In fact, older adults who can maintain a pace of around 3 feet per second, about the speed you'd walk to confidently cross a street, are significantly more likely to live into their 90s or even reach 100. But why does walking speed matter so much? Because it's not just about your legs. It's a window into how your entire body is functioning. To walk briskly without effort, your muscles need to be strong. Your heart must pump steadily. Your brain has to assess space and time quickly. Your nerves must fire in perfect sync. In short, brisk walking is a full-body symphony. And if you can still do it naturally, that's a powerful sign that your body is aging well. Take Frank, for example, a 78-year-old retired principal from Michigan. Frank never thought much about his daily walks to the corner store. He'd greet neighbors, pick up his mail, and enjoy the rhythm of the day. It wasn't until his doctor commented on how quick and steady his walking pace was that he realized it meant something more. That simple observation led to a glowing report at his physical, a strong heart, a sharp mind, and healthy blood pressure. Frank didn't set out to prove anything, but his body did the talking long before the test results came in. So, if you're able to move without hesitation, walking on uneven ground, climbing stairs, carrying groceries without needing a break, you're showing more than just strength. You're demonstrating endurance, coordination, and vitality. Most importantly, you're revealing that your body has retained the hidden systems of repair and recovery, the same ones many people begin to lose after the age of 70. So next time you're out for a walk, pay attention to how you move. If your steps are smooth, your stride is confident, and your balance feels effortless, don't overlook what that says about you. It's a quiet, powerful resilience that very few people carry into their later years. Sign 2. The strength to rise from the floor without support. It might sound simple, but being able to get up off the floor without using your hands, knees, or holding onto furniture is one of the most telling signs of strong aging. In the world of longevity, this movement is gold. It taps into 4 crucial systems at once: balance, leg strength, joint flexibility, core stability. And if you're over 60 and can still perform this move with ease, you're in rare company. In fact, this is known as the sitting rising test, and it has been studied in countries across the globe. Researchers consistently find that older adults who can rise from the floor unassisted tend to live longer and experience fewer age-related health problems. Those who can rise from the floor without support have a significantly higher chance of living longer. Why? Because it's not just about moving, it's about everything your body is doing silently behind the scenes. This one action reflects your muscle mass, balance, coordination, and even how fast you can recover from a fall. These are the systems that keep you independent and safe. Let's take the story of James, a 74-year-old retired firefighter from Oregon. Every morning, James does a bit of stretching and strength training right in his living room. One day, while playing with his granddaughter, she asked him to sit on the carpet for a game. Without thinking, James sat down, and just as easily he stood back up. His granddaughter blinked and said, "Grandpa, you moved like a ninja." They both laughed, but later James realized something. Most of his friends couldn't do that anymore. They needed help, a hand, a chair, or they had to roll over and push themselves up slowly. It wasn't about showing off, it was about what his body could still do, naturally, effortlessly. And this small ability can mean the difference between danger and safety. Imagine slipping at home. If you can't get up on your own, panic sets in. You're stuck. It could lead to hospitalization, injury, or worse. But if you can get back up, you stay in control. You calm yourself. You avoid what could be a life-threatening emergency. That's the deeper truth behind this skill. Rising from the floor means you've kept essential systems strong. Thighs, hips, joints, and core, all working together in harmony, and in just a few seconds, that movement tells the story of your body's hidden strength. If you're still watching and finding value in this video, comment number 2 below. It lets me know you're here and engaged. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Tap the bell so you never miss a new video. Your support helps us keep bringing you powerful, helpful content. Sign 3. Sleeping deeply without medication. As we age, sleep can often become a challenge. Many assume that restless nights, tossing and turning, or waking up frequently are just a normal part of growing older. But here's the truth. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and you can still fall asleep easily, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed without the help of sleep aids, you're among a rare and fortunate few, because good sleep isn't just rest. It's a time when your body goes to work, healing, rebalancing hormones, calming inflammation, and even cleaning out toxins from your brain. That kind of deep natural sleep is a powerful signal that your internal systems are still in sync. Let's meet Harold, an 81-year-old retired mechanic from Michigan. Harold has a quiet nightly ritual, a cup of chamomile tea, a few pages of a good book, and lights out by 9:30. While many of his peers rely on over-the-counter sleep aids or even prescriptions just to get some shut-eye, Harold sleeps soundly without any of that. It's not luck. It's a sign that his body, especially his nervous system and circadian rhythm, is still working beautifully in the background. Harold sleeps soundly through the night. No interruptions, no medication. He wakes up at 5:30 in the morning with clarity, energy, and not a hint of grogginess. To him, it's just routine. But in reality, it's a kind of superpower. The ability to sleep naturally, without pills, is a strong sign that your nervous system, stress response, and circadian rhythm are all working in harmony. And that's no small feat, especially as we age. As we grow older, even small things, stress, poor diet, loneliness, or a new medication can throw our sleep off balance. That's why so many older adults rely on pills just to get through the night. But if you're still falling asleep naturally, staying asleep and waking up refreshed, your body is doing something right, and it knows it. There's another crucial piece to this puzzle: long-term brain health. Studies show that poor sleep in older adults is strongly linked to memory loss, cognitive decline, and even dementia. On the flip side, deep, uninterrupted sleep helps preserve your ability to think clearly, make decisions, and stay emotionally balanced. Most people don't realize how much their nights shape their days. When you sleep well, you eat better, you move more, you feel happier. You're better at handling stress, thinking clearly, and staying connected with the world around you. All of these are signs of a life that's not just surviving, but thriving. So if you're someone who can still drift into sleep without help, stay in deep rest through the night and rise feeling refreshed. Hold on to that gift. It means your body is still aligned, still supporting you in ways that most don't notice, giving you the best possible shot, not just at a long life, but a joyful, high-quality one. Sign 4, staying genuinely curious about life. Curiosity might sound like a small, soft trait, but when it comes to aging well, it's one of the most powerful indicators of lasting vitality. When someone in their 60s, 70s, or 80s still feels truly curious about people, ideas, or new experiences, that spark of interest reveals far more about their future than any medical scan. Let's meet Eleanor, a 78-year-old widow living in Oregon. Every morning, she reads a chapter from a book she's never read before. Sometimes it's history, other times it's science fiction or astronomy. She signs up for one online class every month. Topics range from art history to gardening. And when her grandchildren come over, she doesn't just sit and watch them play, she gets involved. She asks questions, tries their games, and really listens to what they say. This isn't just about staying busy. It's about staying alive, in the deepest, most vibrant sense. Many people think aging means slowing down, settling into routines, or stepping away from challenges, but curiosity fights against all of that. It keeps your mind sharp, your heart open, and your spirit youthful. Still asking questions, still learning new things, still fascinated by the world. That's the brain's version of exercise. It's just as important as walking a mile or lifting weights. Even more fascinating, science backs this up. Research shows that curious people tend to have lower rates of chronic illness, stronger immune systems, and better mental health. Why? Because curiosity boosts dopamine, the brain chemical that helps you feel motivated, engaged, and focused. This amazing chemical, dopamine, doesn't just boost motivation and joy. It also helps keep your neural connections strong, which is vital for preventing memory loss and cognitive decline as you age. And the best part, you don't need to travel the world or master a new language to stay curious. Even the smallest acts of curiosity, like asking someone about their childhood, reading an article on a new subject, or trying out a fresh recipe, can light up your brain and protect it over time. Sadly, many older adults begin to decline not because their body gives out, but because their mind does. They lose interest, they stop asking questions. The sense of wonder fades, and slowly the inner light dims. But when you're still engaged, still wondering, still eager to learn something new, that light stays on. So, if you're over 60 and still find joy in solving puzzles, exploring new ideas, or listening deeply to someone's story, don't underestimate that. It's not just a sign of a sharp mind. It's proof that your brain is still thriving, still hungry, and still growing. And that's exactly the kind of mental energy that carries people powerfully toward 100. If you're still here and finding these insights helpful, comment number 4 below. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell. Your support helps us keep making uplifting content just for you. Sign 5, the strength to handle emotional setbacks with grace. There's a kind of strength that can't be measured in miles walked or weights lifted. It's quieter, but deeper, and it shows up when life hits you hard. It shows up when your plans fall apart, when people let you down, when health issues scare you, or grief knocks at your door. If you're over 60 and still able to face these difficult moments without becoming bitter, isolated, or overwhelmed, that's a rare and powerful kind of resilience. Let's revisit Harold, now 81. Over the last decade, Harold has faced his share of heartache. He lost his beloved wife. He went through major surgery, and he had to leave the home they'd lived in together for over 50 years. But through it all, Harold didn't shut down. He keeps writing letters to old friends. He calls his grandkids every weekend. He still shares jokes, memories, and advice. Even when his heart is heavy, Harold still makes it to his weekly breakfast group. But more importantly, he still listens deeply, smiles often, and finds meaning in the small, beautiful moments. Like when his neighbor's dog runs up to greet him, or when the morning sunlight warms his face through the window. This kind of emotional resilience is rare and powerful. It doesn't just help you cope with the hard days, it actually helps you live longer. Studies show that older adults who maintain emotional stability during times of stress experience lower levels of inflammation, reduced risk of chronic illness, and even lower mortality rates. Why? Because the mind and body are deeply connected, more than we often realize. When your emotional world is calm, your physical body responds in kind. But here's the key. This isn't about pretending to be happy all the time. It's about being honest with your emotions. It's about feeling the pain, sitting with it, processing it, and then choosing to move forward without letting that pain define who you are. People who can do that in their later years, who can grieve and still feel gratitude, who can accept limitations but still find joy, are showing one of the rarest and most beautiful signs of aging well. So if you're someone who can feel deeply, forgive often, and bounce back with grace, if you carry your wisdom with compassion, not just for others, but for yourself, then you are living proof that emotional maturity is one of the greatest markers of a long, meaningful life. You're not avoiding life's challenges. You're absorbing them with strength and choosing to keep going anyway. That kind of inner strength doesn't just protect your health. It reveals a quiet, enduring grace, one that preserves your mind, protects your heart, and reminds everyone around you what real aging looks like. When people talk about aging well, they often focus on how many miles you can walk, how many pills you're not taking, or how many friends you still have. But true longevity goes deeper than that. It lives in your private choices, the ones no one sees, in the way you carry your years with calm strength, and in your quiet determination to keep going, to keep learning, to keep loving, to keep showing up fully for life. The 5 signs we explored today, your movement, your mental clarity, your curiosity, your emotional resilience, and your sense of inner balance, aren't just facts about your health. They are reflections of something much deeper, your willingness to stay engaged with life, no matter your age. If you saw even one of these signs in yourself today, pause and truly appreciate how far you've come. Because aging doesn't mean fading, it means refining. It means becoming more aware, more intentional, and more alive. You've walked through storms, you've endured losses, changes, and growth, and yet here you are, still moving, still learning, still shining. That doesn't just make you wise, it makes you rare. And it just might be the reason you're on the path to a beautiful, long, and meaningful life. And yet, here you are, still standing, still growing, still showing the world what it truly means to age with dignity and grace. So, here's your gentle invitation. Celebrate your strength, honor your journey, and never forget how much value you bring simply by being you. Every step you take toward self-awareness, every effort you make to keep learning, connecting, and caring, it matters more than you can imagine, because the world needs more people like you, people who carry wisdom in their walk, compassion in their words, and resilience in their hearts. Thank you for spending this time with us today. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to use it in your life. Your voice matters, your story matters, and reading your comments inspires us to keep creating meaningful content for you and others on this journey. If this video touched your heart or helped you in any way, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement today. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue to bring you thoughtful, inspiring content designed to uplift, inform, and remind you that your best years can still be ahead. Thank you for watching. We can't wait to see you in the next video.